Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. This time featuring certified live audio. I am triple checking that my microphone is working correctly this time, so hopefully we're going to not have any more of those audio problems we had last time. Speaking of last time, what did we do last time? Well, we established the feudatory of Brigantia here in the north. If you skipped the last episode because of the post-commentary, which I know was a bit of a change, fair enough. Just the summary is we took out Brigantia, made them our feudatory, talked about our plans to feed them northern territory in Caledonia, and eventually integrate them once they have absorbed that territory for the purpose of that being less aggressive expansion for us as we conquer. This will allow us to resume our conquering schedule without worrying about the aggressive expansion, which I have been worrying about for a few episodes now. And mention my plan to actually go into Hibernia, although technically in the game it's part of Caledonia. I think this should be changed. This is one of those changes that I think if the game had more updates, if they ever had a Gaelic or Britannia update, this would be one of the first things I'd recommend is they split the Caledonia region into Hibernia and Caledonia proper. But that's just how the ancient Romans saw it, and I think that since they wanted to organize the game around Rome's perspective of it in real life, I just think that should be included, but whatever. It's fine. Speaking of Caledonia, let's take a look at our missions here. So the Control Votedinia mission does require us to actually, us or our subject, which would include Brigantia, to actually control this unpopulated land. So let's actually, I think for the first time in the series, take a look at how we populate this unpopulated land. So we can colonize from Canoium here. Let's see here. Canoium. Yeah. So we can reach that. How about here? Nope. We need 8 population in order to reach this one as well. It's not reachable. But we can start with Manawia. So we'll start with that. Although the issue is, if we colonize it, can we give the land to Brigantia? I think we can. We can sell territory in this game, so I think that should be fine. Let's go ahead and give this a try. So let's go ahead and colonize Manawia for 10 gold. Very good. Here's our quote-unquote capital here in Votedinia, as well as our first bit of territory in Caledonia, officially speaking. However, we're going to not keep this very long, and by very long I mean immediately. We're going to go ahead and head on over to the, oh gosh, where is it? Diplomacy menu. Where is my best buddy? Brigantia, hello there. Let's go ahead and sell you. Wait. Can I only sell territory that is directly... Oh, no, sorry. I didn't notice this bar here. Okay, so here's Manawia. They won't accept, really. You won't take it for free. Okay. Well, as my diplomatic reputation with Brigantia improves, this will be fixed. Yeah, they won't accept it, even for free. Let's see here. If I sent them a gift, that would improve my reputation by 25. I could also do this. What is this trending to if I don't do anything? It does trend to a positive number, right? So you have to take into account the unfriendly neighbor and recently declared war. Every month that's going to be reduced, or it's going to be increased up from the negative number by those amounts. That might take a little too long, so what I could do is additionally improve my opinion with Brigantia. I didn't think about this, but I don't want to have Manawia as my territory for very long here. It's just going to freak me out to have the... well, it's not going to freak me out, but it's going to be annoying to have the lack of a governor thing and kind of technically have Caledonian territory that I don't want to keep permanently. So this is also just good in general. We have enough money. This is about 1 month of money. So let's go ahead and improve relations with Brigantia. That will speed that up. Meanwhile, here in Manawa, how did the population get organized? Okay, it's only 1 Icenia, so that's irritating. We're just going to not worry at all about anything here. We're not going to try and set up some sort of governor policy or establish a governor. We're not going to be ruling in Caledonia permanently ever. We will occasionally end up having Caledonian territory like this as part of just having vassals and doing all that stuff, but we're not going to worry about that stuff there, so that's fine. Okay, meanwhile, and there might be some modifier that we're getting a benefit from for technically being in 2 regions, so we'll see. Anyways, Demnonia is, I think, almost loyal. It's getting there. This is a very slow process. I think I will build a port in Ulconum as soon as I'm able to, because that will dramatically improve my ability to use my ships for various purposes. I'm also going to set you... let's see here. I'm going to turn you off boarding tactics for now. I might resume that later, but we're going to do that more situationally, so... Let's go ahead and double check this all looks fine. Yes, this all looks fine. I can actually reduce that for extra Icenia happiness in the meantime. Yeah, it's a very minor change, but may as well while we're not at war. Alright, this all looks fine. Okay, all that looks fine. The Calatii family is still overwhelmingly pretty upset, but the power base they need to create civil war trouble, not high enough. Should be totally fine. Alright, let's resume. So, I guess I should look at the missions now, shouldn't I? So, we need to colonize this stuff or push even further. This is the issue, too, with this mission, is getting these modifiers, or getting these missions complete, requires us to take over all this uncolonized land, which is just such a huge hassle. This one especially. Which means I think it's likelier we're going to have to... because here's what I'm thinking. I went to, as I push north and take out these nations and feed it to Brigantia, I also, like, in an alternating way, went to start taking territory in Hibernia. However, the missions won't give me claims on Hibernia very conveniently. I would need to get the rest of this land here to get control Votodinia. That would give me a claim on Hibernia, Septen... Trionalis. If we take a look at where that is, it is this northern part. So that's a fine place to start for sure. However, this requires us to get this territory. We already, like, this just requires us to have 8 population in one of the, let's see here, like Galawa and whatnot. Yeah, so just around here, which, there's 8 population here. I think we need more than 8 population is the issue. In Gabracentum. Let's see here. Gabracentum. No, that one doesn't count, actually. What's the issue? So what are we working with here? Luga Walia? I don't know why Gabracentum doesn't count. Is it because it's the one that supported Manawa as a colony? That might be it. Maybe it's only 1 per... Yeah, so basically everything kind of around here can do that. What's the closest? Okay, Colunium seems to be the closest. I think if I move a slave to Colunium, that might unlock it here. Yeah, alright, let's move a population in here. Probably from Galawa. Actually, from Gabracentum is going to be fine, because that one can't do it more. Oh, I can't reach it. That's fine. Alright. Let's see here. It's Colunum. It's no longer on the options? Really? What? So, okay, here's another thing that I wish that they would change if they updated the game someday, is to fix how janky colonization is here. So what's the issue now? It's not even showing here. Oh, wait, Colunium is not integrated culture. Oh, I see. Well, you could have told me that from the start. I didn't even think about that, so now I just moved that slave for no reason. Okay, whatever. We'll return to this later. We're not going to get this stuff colonized very soon. This is, by the way, the main problem with Perfidious Albion. Perfidious Albion, as an achievement, is like 1/10 actually conquering the entirety of Albion. and then 9/10 colonizing whatever is not colonized. That's the hard part. So, yeah, that's part of why I didn't want to go for that achievement, even though I might have been able to pull it off if I gave it a try. Anyways, we'll just resume and wait for this to reach 20 for our next idea. Very good. How close is our techs? Pretty close. Oh, speaking of which, a civic advance. Population capacity 1% and global monthly food modifier 1%. All right. Very nice. So, what do we want next? I think we continue down the this one here, aggressive expansion modifiers, or we could grab this, get 5,000 instant free manpower. Though we're not really in need of that right now, so we'll hold off on that one. Could get divine mandates again, just for the extra impact bonus. But since we're not in a war currently, this would be fine. This would allow us to move towards tribute income and subject opinion, which could be handy. Let's see here. These could be interesting. This would allow us to create tributaries instead of client states, and this would give us a way to reduce aggressive expansion. This could actually be quite powerful. We could actually take land that is worth less than 5 aggressive expansion, and then release tributaries and basically diminish aggressive expansion by taking land directly and then releasing it later. Lots of options there. Possibly this is an option, or we go down this direction, get some of this stuff. This is all really good, so we'll come back to that. The tech tree in this game. Also, we should probably aim for these political influence bonuses. That's the sort of stuff I should consider. I think over here is where we're going to find it the most. Yeah, and the technology in this game is really incremental. Each tech bonus is very small, but it adds up over time. Or we just go into the military tree, which of course has lots of good options. One free province investment is actually a pretty solid one to pick. And this stuff might be good to get the starting experience before we start building legions. But we're not quite in need of legions quite yet. Or naval range 5%. This also gives Gariononum a port. Where is Gariononum? Here it is. Okay. I mean, that's free money from destroying the port. I wouldn't keep a port in Gariononum. What do we get towards here? Bonuses for ships and whatnot. Ship damage taken. Some good stuff for sure. Anything else interesting? I get a navy in Londinium? What does that mean? Maybe just spawns a couple ships. Unlocks some maritime laws. So if I want to get to maritime laws, I need to get to professional sailors. Let's take a look at what the maritime laws are to see how valuable that's going to be. Maritime laws. Let's see here. This allows me to lean into piracy for more commerce income. Look at that. This might actually be a pretty good option. Become sort of pirate friendly. That's a big commerce income bonus. And my dip rep, that could be an issue, but we're not really diplomatically in a serious position aside from aggressive expansion. Or do this one the opposite direction. Lets me get rid of the pirates and fight pirate-friendly nations, and the citizens are happier. Pirates are not a huge problem, but something to consider, I suppose. This default bonus isn't super important, so we're not going to worry too much about that. There's lots and lots of good options here. That's the issue with a tech tree this expansive, is there's so many things to pick from. I could, of course, just also get due process. Monthly ruler pop gain is quite important for a monarchy, and we shouldn't forget about that. What's it at currently? I mean, this number is always going to change because it's a weighted modifier, kind of like with what's it called? With stability, where I think it changes based on how far away it is from the default amount. So if we grab this would reduce Dawnwind's declining popularity, which could be good, and it will improve her successor's popularity gain. So, plus this opens the way into the big religion tree. So I think we should grab due process. just to open up some more options later. Ensuring that everyone has recourse to appeal against actions or indictments protects both the people and gives our government an air of fairness. All right? Now, the other thing we should do is start to think about our monthly research rate. We need to get this research rate improved, and that is achieved by having lots of citizens and lots of nobles, which are mostly going to be found up here in our, here it is, in our capital region of Cantiacia. 16 citizens, we have 9 nobles, we have a couple else kind of scattered around, but they're mostly occupied up there. So, yeah. Now, anyways, what I was saying before, we're not going to be able to get these missions complete. We need to get the Votadinia one in order to make our way into Hibernia. I think we just fabricate a claim on Hibernia once we're able to, and proceed from there. So let's see, who would be a good target in Hibernia in that regard? So if we're trying to start off, I'd actually rather start off over here in Hibernia Orientalis, because it's just closer to me. Who here would be a good vassal? Let's take a look at actually Brigantia's modifier, its idea group. Where do I see this? Where do I see this actually? The Kenny Heritage. Where do I see their heritage? Come on, it's got to be displayed somewhere on here. Where am I missing this? Well, that's my details, never mind. I guess I can't see their heritage? That's very strange. Kind of don't believe it. Okay. Well, since I can't tell the heritage, let's not worry about that. Who would be a good vassal in this area? I think probably, in the most confusing twist of all, the Brigantes. I already have the Brigantia vassal, but the Brigantes vassal or nation has a port, so that's a good start for being my vassal in Hibernia. Can I build stuff in my vassal's territory? I don't think that I can I? Yeah, I don't own the territory. Having my vassal have a port is going to be very important, and I can't guarantee that it's the only port, apparently, on all of Hibernia. And because I don't control Nawante, it'd be kind of hard to like get my army over. Although I can, of course, land my army. So having the... that's kind of tough. They're in the right region, though. Who are they allied with? With Manapia up here. What about you? You're also allied with Manapia. Okay, it seems like the most cost-effective war here is I go to war against Manapia, fight Coriondia and Brigantes, and then I pick one of them to be my vassal. I separate piece them and form the feudatory relationship, and then I give them control of my occupation of the other's territory, and then I complete the war and feed them and form one large vassal in the area. I guess it's tough, though, because with all this uncolonized land around here, it's just going to be really tough to expand in Hibernia that way. What's my peace treaties like up here, actually? 98. 98. We have a lot of population gain per month. I think I'd rather... I don't want to wait until 98, I think. I think I want to go before that point. Start a war over here. The other thing is if I start off in the north of Hibernia, there's more nations around here, so that's another alternative. Up here in Hibernia, Septentrionalis. And my mission is to get that, so... It might be better to start off in the north, even though it's a little sort of further away from me. That's fine. But one thing I could do, actually, I'm going to build a port in Manawia before I give it to Brigantia, so that they probably will keep the port, and this would be a good place for there to be a port. If there's ever a place in the game for settlements to have ports, it's these island settlements. They don't have a good resource, that have no other interesting modifier. This is a good location for a port, so let's go ahead and actually do that in Manawia while we control it, while I'm thinking about it. I think once that's done, this will make this area a good jumping off point for a war into Hibernia. And I think, which of these nations would I want to actually work with? Again, I wish I could see their heritage. There's got to be a way for me to see that, isn't there? Is there like a... Can I go in the ledger? Ledger. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and find... search by... How am I going to find them here? There's no like actual search button. So let's go for Hibernia Septentrionalis. So looking for Robogdia. Search by name. Robogdia. Or they've got coastal heritage, export value, oratory, provincial investment cost, building fortress. I don't think these heritages will probably matter enough to worry about, to be honest. Let's not worry about that at all. Who is the best, I guess, positioned to be my vassal? Which of these guys has a good capital location? I guess it, again, like, all of this will be changed when I take over the territory myself in the future, so this shouldn't matter too much. Like, these guys, for example, they do have the Plains coastal capital, so that's a good start. But the terrain in Hibernia is even worse than the terrain in Caledonia, in just terms of that. I guess actually here, if I did have the Brigantes be my planned future Hibernian feudatory, they have a Plains capital, because they spawn with a fort on their capital, and then their dock here is a little helpful. Or the Hills capital that's coastal for Coriandia. The forest. Okay, I think we found here. So there's a Plains coastal capital in Uzdia down here. Of course, I guess I'm going to give territory outside of just the region, so that shouldn't matter actually at all. I think if I make Uzdia my first target, they have a really good like capital location, so we can proceed from there. All these guys are, I think they're also migratory tribes, if I remember correctly. They may be settled tribes, I don't really remember, but who's Uzdia in what relation with? They have no relations with anyone. They'd be a really, really easy first target. Okay, I think we've picked our target. Let's go ahead and fabricate the claim. Once we can, we'll get the idea first. But, all right, we have ourselves some long-term plans. There was a lot of discussion there, sorry. But important to figure this stuff out ahead of time. Absolutely. All right. Economy's doing good. We should invest this, I think. I think here in Londinium, we should really try and push up, yeah, happy citizens, happy nobles. Good stuff. I want to attract more nobles to Londinium. What's the noble cap here? 22%. Well, it's not a cap, it's a desired ratio. I need to boost up the noble desired ratio here. I think you do that through libraries? No, not libraries. What do you do it through, actually? So not fortress, not port. Aqueducts could be good as well. Pop capacity is really solid, but we're nowhere near in need of that yet. Granaries could be good too, given how much food we're already at the cap for that. Very much so. Uh, let's see. Oh, here we are. Academies. Could build some more of these. Let's see here. You have such a big desired noble ratio already, but we could boost it even more. Let's see here. Yeah, we have no tribesmen desired. That's fine. We could even reduce the slave ratio. Well, I guess that would be drawn away through the noble ratio. 22%. I think we can get away with having a lot of nobility here in Londinium. Let's go ahead and go for it. Let's build... yeah, because the court of law isn't as valuable in our capital province because we have permanently 100% capital provincial loyalty. Which, by the way, I think this shouldn't, like... In a best case scenario, I think that this mechanic shouldn't exist. I think, or the capital province always being loyal. I think it's kind of incorrect to say that in real history, the capitals of countries in this time period were always like free of internal like civil war brewing. Lots and lots and lots of Roman civil wars started in Rome, and not like like the Catiline conspiracy. I think that's what's called. Lots of stuff was happening in Rome that involved like civil war or whatnot. So I think this mechanic, I don't dislike that it's in the game, but I think a more realistic mechanic would include maybe a big bonus for loyalty for the capital, but not capping it at 100. Anyways, we'll build another academy, I think. Anything else we'd want to build, though? I need inventions for this stuff. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Let's build an academy in Londinium. Alright, and then do I want to even build more academies? This gives a lot of civilization bonuses for Londinium, too. 3 in any given territory. I think I'll build the 3 in Londinium just to reach that cap. Then I have 2 more building slots. And I could build more marketplaces. Or more pop assimilation. But Londinium is going to be pretty thoroughly a Kenny, whatever I do. I mean, it will eventually. I have a lot of cultural assimilation here. But then they also give the trade route bonuses. I guess I could build 2 additional ports. There's no cap on the number of ports per territory, so that would be fine. Extra pop capacity and migration attraction and migration speed in Londinium wouldn't hurt either. This might help drain away some of my huge population in Durawernum. What have I got here? Got the 2, 1, 3. We're still at the this issue here. I still don't really understand what's going on with this. I have 2 more slots. It might make sense to build the extra 2 ports in Londinium. I'm just thinking, what else do I need here? I would build up the fortress level, except I have this fortress capacity issue, which I'll need to revisit when I have my next military experience thing to pick. Or, let's see. Manpower could be good, but since we're going to focus on nobles and citizens in Londinium and only some freedmen, I'm not going to worry too much about training camps. Training camps are best in freedmen-heavy cities, so possibly Durawernum, with its big number of freedmen. Tax office is okay, but tax is going to come again from freedmen, tribesmen, and slaves, not from citizens and nobles. So, also, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, tax base. Manpower. I guess manpower comes from citizens, too. But it comes a lot less from citizens than from freedmen. I'm not too worried about manpower, though, honestly. Could grab the Court of Laws, I suppose. But I don't want to get the citizens more desired ratio. That's a lot of desired ratio, too. Slave output could be good. If I have just 2 slots left, it might make sense to build some aqueducts. The migration attraction is actually pretty important in our capital, and the pop capacity both will improve pop capacity and also improve pop growth, because the growth, it's one of these modifiers like with stability where it kind of inflates the further away it is from the cap. So as we are further away from the new pop capacity, the growth will improve. That's my understanding of it, at least. Plus we have the surplus of stones, so we can afford it. Is there a capped number of aqueducts per province? I don't think so. This will help us eventually, in the far future, turn Londinium into a metropolis that is really far away. At 80 population. But if I'm not going to commit to building 2 ports here, that being said, all this being said, Londinium's building cap will increase as the population grows. If I build the 2 ports so it can recruit medium ships in Londinium, and the ports give other bonuses, obviously, too, including the extra ship recruit speed. As the pop gets closer to 57, I'll get more slots, then I can build more aqueducts to build more buildings in the new slots. Because I don't think any of these other buildings need to be added. Marketplaces are still really good, though, is the issue. And they're cheap. They're cheaper than the other options. I think this is actually kind of a tough decision, because how likely am I to need a huge amount of shipbuilding in the future? Possibly not, right? Like, I already have Dura is my main naval recruiting location. I think I should... let's see. Could also build granaries, too. They're always a handy option. Marketplaces give so much civ level and lots of pop assimilation speed. I think I want Londinium to really have a huge number of Iceni nobles and citizens, which if we look at our pop info here, for sorting by pop type, all the nobles are Iceni, which makes only Iceni can be nobles, so that's fine. I guess all the citizens are already Iceni too. Or I guess there's a... No, I'm misreading that. Or I do this and try and get more citizens instead of more freedmen. And happier citizens, too. They're already pretty pleased, though. Happier guys are going to produce more research points. I'm probably overthinking this. Plus, this does give a little bit of pop capacity, too, to be fair. I think I build the 2 ports, and I do the second one in a few months. And yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay. Wow, lots of thinking in this episode, but I'm just making my plans, Making my plans. Yeah. How's this doing here? 30th of April? Alright. Once I start to build more cities, we're going to see the effects of that kind of micromanagement really come to fruition once I'm working with multiple cities and whatnot. I think we're able to do the other port now. There we go. All right, that 9 out of 9. Once we get our next building slot, we'll start to build aqueducts to help boost up the building slots even more. But I think having Londinium and Dura both be level 3 ports will be good for our future naval actions and whatnot. All right, let's just let a bit of time pass here, build up our political influence, and get to 20. Hopefully this episode even, because I spent so much of this episode paused and kind of working out my plans for urban development. It happens sometimes, How are you feeling about me? It's improving. Once the port's finished, I'll sell them Manawia. Hopefully they keep the port. That's going to be important. I could also go to war with someone over here. Oh, we got the martial advance. Morale of army, morale of navies, but the legion maintenance cost for these guys, the maintenance cost for legions and for navies has increased accordingly. That's fine. That should affect our economy a little bit. One more invention to dole out this episode. I could grab this. Iceni get 2% happier. Oh, actually, hold on. So there's going to be population, cultural conversion stuff in here, isn't there? Let's see here. Am I going to find it? Did I just spell that right? Where am I going to find that stuff? The civic area, maybe? Hold on. I need to make sure I'm saying this right. Pop assimilation, that's what it's called. Come on, there's got to be one somewhere around here. I just need a direction to go in. Really? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, we found one. So there's one way down here. Pop assimilation speed 10%. That's enormous. Anything closer than that? No. Is that the only one in the entire tech tree? You're kidding me. I guess it would be a little overpowered for big pop assimilation bonuses in the tech tree. Okay, well, this stuff could be good down here too. Oh, there's so many good options to pick from. I'm trying to not focus too hard on one area though at the start here. Let's see. Loyalty of characters might be good. Wait. What happened to the rest of the Kalatii disloyalty? What? Wait, they're all fine with me now? What happened? Oh, you know what happened? I think the purge has happened long enough ago that they've kind of like gotten over it. So actually, suddenly my loyalty problem with that whole family is resolved. Well, grabbing this would be good then, because now disloyal characters will be more on the verge. And I'm thinking about, you know, how soon will the transition of power happen? Something to think about. Although getting to here might be quite important, getting to the monthly political influence. But then I haven't really invested much in like Marshall and whatnot. I should grab the one free province investment. Grab that one there. Guilds of artisans employed by the military ensure that innovation is passed down through to those deserving and provide a hotbed of scholarly thought by which our progress flourishes. Right, one free province investment. The military. I basically will very rarely do these province investments for the gold cost, but the free investment is quite handy. Now, where should that go? Let's see here. What's the population like up here? We got some nobles, we got some citizens, whatnot. Lots of options. You get a city slot up here and went to Icenorum. Let's see. Pop capacity. You know what? Let's actually do the... well, hold on. I could do the military one for cheaper, so maybe I should do the military one, not the free one. Import routes, building slots. Okay, one more building slot in these two cities. Might be worth grabbing now, actually. Or alternatively, another trade route. If I get another trade route, I might be able to trade for one more good resource. Let's get another trade route here in the capital region. Grab that. And then up here, what do I need for this? Actually, oh, okay, it's not gold. It's actually, of course, it's political influence. So we're not going to do this for a while, suffice it to say. Speaking of things that won't be done for a while, this episode is done. Voice crack. Thank you so much for watching this low energy but high economy, high infrastructure focused episode of the Icenia campaign. I'm a little sleepy, but we did some good urban development in this episode. And next time we will put into motion our plans to invade Hibernia and set up a feudatory over there. We'll talk more about that next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.